Hi guys, this is Jason from Benetton University here in front of you to tell a topic called Aloha from computer networks. So before entering into the topic, let me tell you what is a computer network. So computer network is a system which connects the multiple computers to share the information and resources. The here computer networks duty is in sharing the information and the resources. So do you think how the messages are transferred from your phone to others without connecting? We can't do that. The connection between is done by the computer networks. The whole is connected to share the information is in resources. Do you ever think that how the past olden days information is transferred? So in the past ancient king days, they used to write on a cloth or an animal skin, and one man used to carry that information and brings back the reply. After that, they choose the birds to transfer the information. After that, the posters like letters. We used to write the letters, then we have to wait for the long time to get the reply, and we can't wait that time. So we started the telephone communication. That is landline phones. Landline phones, they are connected and we just talk to each other, but we can't talk to them long distance like other countries. So after that, computer network C came into the scene. All the people are got connected and shared the information and resources. OSM model and TCP/IP model came into the scene. Now at present, TCP/IP model is still running. And let's don't waste the time and get into the topic. So multiple access protocol is of these three types: random access protocol, control access protocol, channelization protocol. Aloha is of the type 1 random access protocol. It means any station can share the data at the any time. So Aloha is mainly designed to connect the two places wirelessly. It means without wire. It can even share the data too. So let's see what are the types of Aloha. What is the difference between the types? How the second type is updated than the first type? And let's get into the pen and paper and let me clear you the whole concept. So multiple access protocol is of the three types: random access protocol, controlled access protocol, channelization protocol. So today our topic is Aloha. So Aloha is a random access protocol. It was actually designed for VLAN, but it is also applicable for shared medium. As I told you before, it is also applicable as shared medium also. So in this, one or more than one can share the data at the same time. If we share one or more than data at the same time, then and it lead to collision and data being garbled. So it leads to collision. Let me tell you what is a collision. If station 1 sends us data at a certain time 1 second, station B also sends the data at a time at 1 second. At the same time, they are transferring the data at the same time. At in between, the collision occurs. They're coming closer, closer and closer. The data is not going to transfer to each other. The data is going to lost or corrupted. This situation is called collision situation. It is called collision. How the Aloha is going to prevent this collision? So before that, let me tell you there are two types of Aloha. First one is pure Aloha. Second one is sorted Aloha. So before entering into the theoretical part, let me explain you with an example. So there are four stations: 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the common shared memory, common shared medium, and the same common time. So, but to give clarity, I just wrote a different time. They both are same. So at a certain time, the station 1 is releasing the frame 1, but station 2, station 3, station 4 have no data at the time. That's why they are not releasing. If they have the data, they will also release. So there is no occurrence of the like collision here. After that, station 3 releasing a time. At certain time, the station is releasing a frame. But after some time, station 2 also releasing some frames. And after some time, station 4 is also releasing sometimes. And station 1 Here, did you see this? Here, the some in this box in certain time the collision is had happened. The data is lost. So this type of this duration is called collision duration. After that, let me tell you again once again. After some time, the frame 2 and frame 4, the both are also having the same collision position, and this duration is the collision duration. But the last thing is frame 3. Here there is no more frames are here. The process has done. So the frame this frame is going to get transmitted, but these frames are not going to get transmitted. Again, these stations are going to, again it will repeatedly send again after some time, and this also not transmitted, and this is also this will get transmitted. So let's get it theoretically. So Pure Aloha allows station to transmit whenever they have data to be sent. So it means whenever it have the data, Pure Aloha will get allow that to transmit it. This is the one of character which Pure Aloha have. When the station sends data, it waits for a acknowledgement. Means if the station sends data, it will wait for acknowledgement. Means it will wait for the response of the receiver. If it does not receive any information, it will again sends it. If the acknowledgement does not came within the allotted time, then the station will wait for the random amount of time called back of time and resends the data. So as I told that now, so it will wait for some random amount of the time. If it waits for the constant time, again causing of the collision may happen. So it will wait for the random amount of the time. Since different stations wait for different amount of time, the probability of further collision decreases. So the probability different random of the time, it's obviously the probability will the collision decreases. The throughput of the pure Aloha is maximized when frames are of the uniform. So frames are of the uniform length means the frame side is uniform length. Then the probability will be reducing of the collision. If the frames are not of the uniform and like different lengths, so because in this pure Aloha, it will send the randomly data. So if the data is of the not uniform length, collisions may increase in this. Whenever two frames try to occupy the channel at the same time, there will be the collision and the both will get garbled. Means that will get cancelled as we have seen in the example. If the first bit of a new frame overlaps with the last bit of a frame, almost finished, both frames will be totally destroyed and both will have to be retransmitted later. Let me explain you. If this is the first frame, it is transmitting, but it last at the time of the last, the second frame had started, means second data frame. So but this both the frames are got distracted. The frames are not going to get transmitted. So valuable time, the formula is 2 into T. TFR means frames transmission time. Let me explain these two. So this is the frame, it is going to have to transmit it. This is the transmission time of this, but valuable time is the before frame transmission frame also should be the free. Then the valuable time is 2 into TF. This time is called valuable time. So throughput is G to e power 2 minus G, where G is the number of stations which to transmit in the same time. So this just to do the formulas with the problems. So maximum throughput will be 0.14 for G is equals to 1 by 2. This is about the pure Aloha. Let me tell you slotted Aloha. Slotted Aloha is somewhat updated about pure Aloha. Let's see that. Let's see slotted Aloha. It was developed just to improve the efficiency of pure Aloha, as the chances for collision in pure Aloha are higher. As we have seen, the chances for collision in pure Aloha are higher because the data is sent to time with any number of time. That's why chance of collision is very higher in pure Aloha. Let's see. The time of the share channel is divided into discrete time intervals called slots. So the time channel is divided into this number of slots, different number of slots, like now let me number of slots means 6 or number of n. So the time is divided into slots. Sending of data is allowed only at the beginning of the slot. So the sending of data is only allowed in the beginning of slot, not in the middle of the slot. We can't send the data at the middle of the slot. So even if the data is ready in the middle, we can't send that. Let me show you that. So this is the frame 1, frame B, frame A, frame C. So this data is ready in this beginning. That's why in this slot the data frame B is start ready. That's why this card procedure. So but even the A is ready, it can't start in between, so it should wait for the next slot. So let's see that in this the collision had happened. Let's talk afterwards. So if a station missed out this allocated time, it must wait for the next slot. This reduces the probability of a collision. So we have seen this now just now. So if the frame A is ready in between, even though it should not, we can't start it from the middle, it should wait for the next slot. So next slot is this. So by this we can reduce the collision. So let's see the formulas. Variable time equals to frame transmission time. So we can see this variable time is equals to frame transmission time, because the frame transmission time is only in between the slots. So this is a variable time. So throughput is equals to g into e power minus g, where g is the number of slots which transmit in the same time. So maximum throughput is equals to 0.368 for g. So while comparing to the past, pure Aloha, this is somewhat updated. Like the occurrence of the collision is very less. So that's why this is somewhat developed while comparing to the pure Aloha. Let's see the difference between let's see the example of this pure Aloha. These are the sum of the stations 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's in starting time, the frame station 1 sending the frame 1 because it is ready, and the station 2, station 4 are not yet ready yet. If the station 2 to station 3 are maybe ready in between, but if we can't start in between, so it's waiting for the next slot. So it is waited in the next slot, but here the collision had occurs. So this slot 2 the collision had occurs, where in the next slot, maybe in the next slots later one station 1 had data, but it can't send in between. So the station 1 waited and started slotted sending this data in the next slot. But here also allocation, sorry, the collision had occurred because the station 4 also sent the frame. So this had also had a collision occur. The slot duration is a collision duration. So next slot 4, the station 2 and the frame 2 is have the data, that's why I send it in this slot. But even the station 4.2 had the data in between, but it can't send in between because we have the slot allocation slot. So it will be waited for next. But we can see and observe this, the collision is very rare in this, and very less number of collisions had occurred in this. That's why this is very updated. While comparing to that, we have to got a clarity. Let's see the differences between the both. So pure allocation and slot allocation. Any station can transmit the data at any time. So any station, we have seen that if the data is ready, we can send it at any time, but we can't, there is no waiting. Any station can transmit the data at the beginning of the time slot. So we have seen that if even the data is ready at particular time, we can't send the data at that time. We have to wait for the particular slot to get started. The time is continuous and globally synchronized. So the time is discrete and globally synchronized. Here it is not globally synchronized and continuous. Here discrete and globally synchronized. Variable time in which collision may occur is 2 into TFR. Where TFR is a frame transmission time, we know that. Variable time in which collision may occur is equals to frame transmission time. Where this is double. The frame occurrence variable time collision may occur is double when comparing the slotted Aloha. Probability of success transmission is equals to data package equals to g into e power minus 2g here, minus e power minus 2g, where here in the successful transmission of data package is equals to g into e power minus g. So successfully is here slotted Aloha is more while comparing the pure Aloha. Maximum efficiency is 18.4, where g is equals to off. Maximum efficiency is equals to 36.8, where g is equals to half. Here it is the double.
Slaughtered Aloha is double. So the advantages in pure Aloha is simplicity in implementation is advantages in this pure Aloha, where in the main advantages in slaughtered Aloha is it reduces the number of collisions and half the doubling for efficiency of pure Aloha. So half the double means collisions is very less while comparing to the pure Aloha. It reduces the half the comparing to the pure Aloha. So
So thank you for watching this video. Hope you got a clarity about what is Aloha, what is a pure Aloha, what is a slaughtered Aloha, what is the difference between the pure and slaughtered Aloha. So hope you like this video. Thank you.